Today, we're diving into a company called Sandeep Services, right out of Hyderabad. They're tackling some of the biggest headaches for businesses and even households, finding good people and keeping facilities running smoothly. We're going to see how they're trying to solve these exact problems.
So, let's get right to it. Does this sound familiar? You're struggling to find dependable staff, and the quality of work is all over the place. It's a super common and, let's be honest, really frustrating problem for so many of us. And this is how they frame their entire approach. You've got the problems on one side: high turnover, shaky quality, just unreliable manpower in general. And then on the other side, you've got their solution: staff that's actually been verified, a promise of consistent quality and support that doesn't just disappear after day one. It's a pretty clear-cut promise.
So who is this company, really? Let's peel back the layers a bit and look at where they came from and how they built this whole thing. Okay, so their story kicks off back in 2015. They started out focused just on security services, but pretty quickly, it seems they saw a much bigger need, so they branched out into housekeeping and deep cleaning. And that brings us to today, where they've grown into a full-blown, comprehensive manpower supplier.
You know, every company has a mission statement, and this is theirs. It's all built around being reliable and delivering high-quality work. But what's interesting is they also call out trust, professionalism, and even being eco-friendly as the foundation of how they do business.
And to give you a sense of their scale, we're talking about over 500 professional staff members out there working in different roles right now.
And check this out, a 95% client retention rate. For them, this number is the ultimate proof. It says, hey, our clients stick with us because we're delivering on our promises. That's a pretty powerful stat.
All right, so we've heard the big promises. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. What exactly are these services they offer?
And wow, they cover a lot of ground. You've got your trained and verified security guards, of course. Then there's housekeeping for businesses and big institutions. They also do deep cleaning for homes, and even at a hospital-grade level. And it doesn't stop there. They can supply technical staff and even specialized folks like painters, cooks, or patient caretakers. It's the whole shebang. Okay, a long list of services is one thing, but what about results? The proof is in the pudding, right? Let's look at some of the actual measurable impact they've had for their clients. Here's a perfect example. They worked with a hospital, and after bringing in their deep cleaning teams, that hospital's hygiene scores jumped by 30%. In a healthcare setting, a 30% improvement is absolutely massive. And you don't have to just take my word for it. The facility manager at that hospital went on record saying their team exceeded expectations and improved our facility standards. That connects the dots perfectly between the service and the result.
Now let's switch gears to a corporate office. In one case, by providing a 24/7 staffing solution, they helped the client see a 20% boost in overall productivity. That's a number any business would love to see.
And again, here's the feedback to back it up. The office manager said, reliable, professional, and trustworthy, Sandeep Services transformed our operations. You hear those words again? Reliable, trustworthy, they're hitting those initial pain points head on.
So this all sounds good, but you might be wondering, is it a huge hassle to get started? Well, they've really focused on making their process as simple and painless as possible.
It all boils down to these 4 steps. First, you talk. They consult with you to figure out exactly what you need. Then, they go find the right people and train them for your specific job. Step 3 is deployment, getting them on site. And maybe most importantly, step 4 is ongoing support, so you're never left hanging.
At the end of the day, their whole message is about partnership. It's not just about them providing a service. It's about working with you to make your space safer, cleaner, and just better.
And if you're curious and want to learn more, here's all their info. You've got their websites, a couple of phone numbers, and their physical address there in Hyderabad if you want to reach out directly.
And really, it all comes back to this one simple idea. In a world that can be so complicated, their core promise is right there in their tagline. We make staffing simple. For any organization tired of the hassle, that's a pretty compelling message to end on.